Oh, triple recording, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. So, and you can see by the image here, right? This is like wireless. Like this is in your head. You have the little cord here, and you just plop it on your head. Like you
Like-
just put.
Where in your head, though?
So it's supposed to be in the middle
Back
of
of your head?
middle of your skull.
Wait, so like the top of your head.
So like the
So
middle
it's like
top of your head, yeah, like right there.
So it's like each night you have to put something like on top of your head.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, honestly, if I was like disabled and I couldn't move without it, I would be totally fine with that.
Yeah, it's just kind of fun. They tested it on pigs, and they said after 2 months it's perfectly fine. There's no problems.
Really, on pigs?
Yes, on pigs.
Nice.
So super confident because
Next is,
typically we're worse than pigs. So
Monkey testing is next, right, Evan?
monkey testing, probably. I don't know. So yeah, there was a like inductively charged, and it's fantastic because if you actually listen to this, he's talking about this like it's a normal device they just casually charge on your head, like.
Elon Musk.
Yeah. Oh, and here's the machine that actually the process for this.
Oh,
is
the surgical robot. I've
the
seen
surgical
that.
robot. Yeah. See, you
It's
just
where doesn't it cut like a tiny hole in your head, but like really tiny?
yes, it cuts a small section of your head open.
And it's super
onto-
precise, right? And it
Uh-huh.
basically it puts an electrode just right in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
But it's positioned in a very specific way that it can send signals to like nerves and whatnot. Is that right?
Yes, that's typically how the process is supposed to work.
That's really interesting.
And here's how it-
dude,
here-
that foot
here-
on the left. Oh my god.
Here's how it works. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's great. This was so horrifying. I'm like, that's nice. There's 1,000 of these little things, and they just dot around your. They're like missing.
1,000 wires.
It's hideous.
I thought it was just one. Like
No,
just
it's like 1,000 because it has to connect to different brain
that would make more sense.
neurons. So it's 1,000.
Wait, so it's like it's specific neurons. You're saying?
It's specific neurons around the veins
That
that,
they're
they
targeting.
connect
That's
to,
really
so you
interesting.
can move the arms and stuff.
That's
Cool.
crazy.
It is crazy.
That it's like weird that they can target it at such a precise level.
I always forget I have to do this.
They do with pigs as well, which is quite interesting. And
Yeah.
There's a test here. It's on the snout, and it's like detecting when the pig goes around stuff. The most
pretty
interesting part of this was actually what the prediction software was able to do. So, unlike just detecting signals, which is pretty basic, this is actually it's showing based on the thing in its brain where the muscles are, where it predicts the muscles to be, and where they actually are on this treadmill here. So it can actually link them up and probably control each part of the pig muscle by just using the brain. So
That's really interesting.
it's pretty cool.
So now, if you could control someone like moving with this, isn't it possible to control something else in the brain? You know, like I don't know, like thoughts and stuff. Seems possible, right?
It's
If you can-
potential, but the thing with this is that
Or
it's
is
like
is like motion just really simple in terms of like neurons?
well, what you can do at
Probably
least
is, right?
now,
Because
yes,
because
Yeah.
like flies can move, right? And
flies can move.
flies have like really tiny brains and stuff.
Hmm.
So it's like the first step, you know,
Hmm.
into just like complete mind control, or like complete like uploading our conscious, you know.
That was the original plan, and it was interesting to see that they're targeting something like reasonable, because usually Musk doesn't target stuff reasonable. He's like, we're going straight to.
I mean, this is pretty like new though. Like
it is
it's
pretty new.
pretty,
It's super
like,
interesting, but stuff like this
10
has
years
been kind
ago,
of
if you
done
told me
before.
about this, I'd say no way because
Yeah.
I'd be 8 years old. But yeah,
But I think what's most interesting, we've been able to do this, like detecting certain like patterns and things through external stuff, like a bunch of machines hooked up to you and that kind of thing, and being able to move muscles and electricity. The thing that's interesting about this is that it's actually in the brain, and so it's going to be a thing that consumers can actually buy and put in themselves to.
oh my god.
Like, just normal. And I think that's the weirdest thing is that this isn't like, oh, enterprise level where some people want to do it. That's fine. This is like anyone who wants to.
How much would it be?
They don't have pricing yet, but they did get FDA approval, which means it is.
But it's targeted towards just like whoever.
It's targeted to whoever has this need.
That's very interesting.
Further safety testing to make sure that there's no.
All right.
So that's
All
the
right,
first topic. So we can get passed back to Camden now.
All right. I'm gonna pass back to Camden. Part 3.
Part 3.
Yo.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Okay, great.
What's up?
So our next topic today is something you probably don't necessarily care about, but I want to talk about the implications of it. So
That's
NVIDIA,
good.
the company that makes all the very expensive graphics cards and that kind of stuff, recently released their new graphics card set, 3070, 3080, 3090. What I want to talk to you about specifically is so these released 2020, right? Like
Yeah.
recently, a couple days ago. The previous generation released in 2018, right?
How much health did he have?
I guess the previous top end model, so the most expensive. Are you there? Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
It cut
Sorry. The previous most expensive last gen model, like the
Yep.
most expensive card, was about $1,200, right?
That's too much.
That is too much. The top end card is $1,200, is 2080 Ti, right? The
Yeah.
30. So the base model, which is the 3070 here, is about the same performance as that card, except it's $500.
Never mind. Connor's gonna call you.
That sounds like a deal to me.
That sounds like a deal. So imagine.
So what's
wanna
the
pick-
catch? What's
I
the
wanna-
catch, Dog?
The catch, well, nothing currently. Well, the catch was the last gen was way overpriced because they were banking on this new RTX feature that didn't really break ground. What I want to talk to you about is that if you bought, huh? Yes.
Oh no, continue. That was Anderson.
Oh yes. If you bought a 2080 Ti last gen model for like $1,100, right?
Yes, sir.
No, like 3 months ago. You knew these were coming, but the predictions were, they're only going to be like 30% faster or 40% faster. And you bought a last gen for $1,200. How would you feel when this current one, $500, is better than what you just bought?
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry.
I would feel like I got ripped off and false advertised too.
Dude, I saw Sal today.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
So that'd be bad. Are people
That would
mad about that currently?
So the reason people are mad isn't that because this is great, right? Yes, they're mad that they got this. The real thing they're mad about is the fact that the 3080, this is the 3070, the base model. The 3080 is 700 instead of 500, which is still less than the previous top end, but it's like 80% faster.
Year though, not this year
It's 80% more performance than the top end of last year, and it's like $400 cheaper. So what that ended up doing is, if you go on eBay right now and you search the last gen card that was like $1,100, you're gonna find them for like
It's very nice talking to you.
$400.
Yeah,
like,
man.
right-
That's good.
Like right now they're high, they're like 700, 6, whatever, which is still pretty low. But after these come out, they're gonna be dropping.
So,
Predictions are like 350. How do you feel about it? From a consumer point of view, how would you feel if you know? You felt ripped off, you feel lied to, right? Those are common things. And people are like really happy about it, and other people are like, you've got to be kidding me. You can't do this. $500, $700, $500, $400. Ooh, it's hideous. You hate to see it. So next and probably last thing, there's some other stuff that happened in between the Mastercast and stuff, but I'm not even sure if this audio is actually recording, so I want to get this as like possible. Microsoft released the Surface Duo. we've been talking about this a couple times. I want to actually hear Anderson's opinion on this if you're still here. You're muted. Hello.
hello.
You were muted.
I didn't realize I was. I don't know how long I was muted for.
Oh, I don't know. Did you say something between now and 2 minutes from now?
I probably did, but here's
Okay.
Anderson.
It's Anderson. So I talked to Camden about the Surface Duo a couple times. I want to talk to you about it now. So, Surface
Play me a
Duo.
song.
Yes, hello.
What's up?
So, I want to talk to you today about the Surface Duo, which is Microsoft's new phone tablet thing that folds in half.
Yeah.
It's $1,300.
Okay.
And it looks like this, as you can see by the screen. It comes with these things. It's a phone that can take phone calls and stuff. And the gimmick is that it has a
phone?
This is a phone.
That's
It can take. Well, that's not too interesting. There's bunches of other ultra premium phones that are $1,400, which is horrifying. But the main interesting thing about this is it has a 360 hinge, so you can open it like this. You can open it all the way around and flip it all the way around, as you can see. And it's
like
just
a foldable phone?
it is a foldable, but it's not a foldable because it doesn't have a folding thing like the new Samsung Galaxy Fold does.
It's just a hinge?
It's just a hinge mechanism.
That's so weird. So
it is weird.
there's basically no point.
Well, the point is it's supposed to have multitasking apps. So, like, you can have an app here, have an app here, have, like, 4 apps in here, and have just, like, better functionality for certain things.
Yeah.
What's weird is that it doesn't make a ton of sense because, as you can see here, someone has photos and someone's watching, like, a Zoom call or something on here with a bumper. You can also do that on other devices.
Dude, that sounds really good, candidate.
Similar.
Gavin, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But so this is right, $1,300. Would you buy this first off?
Me? I would definitely not buy this, dude. I buy like old phones and stuff.
Exactly. So you probably don't want to buy this as kind of
Frugal spender.
absolutely. Here's it compared to the hinge design on the 3DS Max.
That's so weird. So it basically just folds up and that's it.
Well, so it can flip around, right? So you can have one screen on each side, and it's
Oh,
supposed to
that
have,
makes
like,
more sense.
Yeah, no, it's a 360
That
hinge.
makes more
It can
sense. All right.
It can fold all. It has like this mode, which is like whatever flex mode, and they can fold all the way back and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, cool.
And then the Surface Neo, which for some reason it's like a bigger version of that has a screen under here. This is what I think is more interesting because this is kind of like a Surface tablet, but like a better version with kind of like the folding mechanism. I think that could probably do better because this is supposed to be a phone, and that doesn't really make sense to me because it's huge. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it was OP.
So this is $1,300, and you might think that's a lot until I tell you about the Galaxy Z Fold 2, which is the second generation fold thing, which is $2,000. The gimmick with this is that it has a bigger screen on the front here. So as you can see, it has the screen here, and then you open it up, and it has the big screen in the middle here.
Yeah.
And the screen's much better and looks just cleaner. It's $2,000 though, and this thing is quite a bit more interesting because it has cameras. The other one didn't have. The other one had front cameras, but it didn't have back cameras. So this has like back cameras, front cameras, and inner cameras, which is nice, and it looks like the Ultra, whatever.
That looks really good though. Like
that does look really good.
It just looks well made. You know?
Yes, and people were saying yes. Well, the first one didn't have all those finishes. This one definitely does. And so the issue is this came out. The Microsoft thing came out a couple days before, but this is just better. Like
that's cool.
In almost every way, it has a full screen here you can use. You open it up, it has a thing. It has the crease, so it's an actual folding like thing that can fold, and you can watch content on it and stuff.
Cool.
Still expensive, but it has good cameras and stuff. So people were saying this is much better than the other one, which I would agree with. So now you have to ask yourself, did Microsoft waste their time spending 6-something years developing the other one? Do you think the Surface Duo was a waste of time?
Wait, what? Money?
Of time for Microsoft to actually develop it, because they spent 6 years developing this thing.
Oh, 6 years? Yeah, it seems definitely like inferior to the one that you just showed me.
Yeah, the Samsung one. They're kind of different like objectives, but it doesn't this doesn't feel like it solves anything.
It's so big though.
It is huge, and that's the thing. I was like, okay, it's pretty much a tablet now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And you don't really need it to fold. Like you could get an iPad mini. Like you could get You can get 2 iPad minis and tape them together. Like, you're good. Like, I don't.
Oh.
There's not a ton here that really stands out, and inferior specs as well. It only has previous or last year's like processing and stuff, and probably not great bet. So it's an odd choice. I mean, it kind of makes sense because these things do take a while to develop. I just don't see who's buying this.
Mhm.
Like, it shows you the modes right here. It's single screen mode, compact mode, back mode, so you just look at the back of it. Test
yeah.
mode, so you can like flip it around of the case, and then peak mode, which is supposed to be like a weird peak option. So it's just kind of interesting, I thought. I think that's, other than game stuff, which we don't really need to talk about now, I'm pretty sure that's all I wanted to discuss today. So thank you for.
Is that it for? All right. Awesome, Evan. Thank you for having us.
Yes, everyone enjoy themselves. Hopefully your audio recorded. I'm recording this twice, so I really hope your audio
We'll see how it works out.
So let's hit the end record. Nope, that's not.
All right, man.
Cool.